Day 5. 0000 hours to 0400 hours. The spaceship was claustrophobic. Desperately, Elle tried to think of an answer. She searched through her husband's papers, finding it difficult to breathe and concentrate. She thought of her husband. He had been so unappreciated on the planet. He had been rejected and spurned. Their anger had grown. Their hatred for everyone else had grown. This had been the only way. Her hands were shaking. It was panic. The last few hours of her life. There was no outside monitor, so she couldn't check the progress of the red weed. She glanced at the papers. Perhaps somewhere there was a solution to her problem. Excerpt from the scientific papers of Jarak S. Roma. We have been on the planet for 24 hours. Initial chemical analysis reveals that the composition of the air is extremely high in nitrogen, and the water is not water, but a form of dilute acid. I have been unable to do more detailed tests, as the planet appears to be a cauldron of unstable chemical elements. I have no knowledge of a number of the basic elements. I cannot, in the time given me, draw a more complex analysis. I cannot see that it is possible for any form of life, as we understand it, to exist on this planet. I have been concentrating on the water, and this seems to be changing in its form and content even in the short time we have been here. Obviously, I am unable to tell if this is cyclical or even a response to our presence on this planet. I need to spend more time checking the plant forms. I suspect that at least some of them are releasing hallucinogenic substances into the atmosphere. This would explain various illusions that I have been experiencing. When we first arrived, I had the impression that we had landed in the Garden of Eden. It appeared to be the doorway to paradise. But on basic tests, and 24 hours later, I could only say that I am extremely puzzled by what I have discovered. I need much more time than I have been allotted to make further tests. Elle had looked at the reams of notes that her husband kept, marking his chemical analysis on graphs and adding unreadable comments alongside results which he had found of interest. There were 10 or 20 sheets of confusing data which needed a scientific mind to unravel and explain. She didn't understand the information. She again read the document which gave them authorization to visit this world. The Grand Council of the Academy of the Federation of Nicaea. This order takes precedence over all previous edicts. This authorizes Jarak Roma on behalf of the Academy to enter forbidden space and journey for scientific purposes to the planet code number XIX. Brown, Chair, Scientific Committee. The document had a wax seal planted, where the signature would normally be found. It didn't indicate why her husband had come to the prohibited world on behalf of the Academy, although she knew that. She also knew why they had had no problems acquiring the hopper and survey items and travelling through military-patrolled space to this god-forsaken place. But her husband should not have died. That was not part of the plan. It was all up to her now. Elle had to control her thoughts, but she didn't care. Within a few hours, the red weed would be surrounding the escape craft. There was nothing which would help her escape from her closeness to death. She felt her hands again start to shake uncontrollably.